Okay, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David Baruch Hashem. Hope everyone had a wonderful Shabbos. And Baruch Hashem, we're here in Eretz Yisrael in Efrat. It's so matim, mamash, so beautiful. Baruch Hashem. Okay, and we get to learn Likutey Halachos together. It's an amazing thing. What a way to start the week. Baruch Hashem. And we're learning in Likutey Halachos, we're learning Hilchos Haidah, giving thanks to Hashem, public thanks to Hashem. And we're learning about the four different types of people, 4 different circumstances a person will find himself in to give thanks. We said if the person was traveling in the desert, the person took ill, right? Or the person was traveling in the seas, or he was incarcerated, right? Those four things, right? And he got out.
These are the 4 things that in the time of Beit HaMikdash should have to bring.
Yeah, those are the 4 things. Yeah.
Could you bring it like for something else that you felt was good?
No, but the things that they're extensions of those things. Those are the avos, and then you have the toldos that come from them. Like in Hilchos Shabbos, same idea, right? Okay, and we're in Halacha Vav, which is based on lesson 24 in Likutey Moran, and teaching us the great value of doing a mitzvah b'simcha. And we are in Halacha Vav, and we are up to later today 25. So we're discussing all about Yaakov Avinu, and Yaakov Avinu coming to the Har HaBayis, going to sleep there, why he went to sleep there, and the dream that he had there, and the promise Hashem made him in the dream. And then Yaakov Avinu, when he got up in the morning, he said, "Wow, I had no idea this place was what this place was. I had no idea." And he took the oil and he anointed that rock. The rock was the rock that turned into one rock from the 12 rocks. And he anointed that. And we said that's the rock that was the cornerstone of the Beis HaMikdash. So beautiful. Okay, we're waiting for that to see that now. And the third Beis HaMikdash is B'schus Yaakov Avinu. And he set it up. And let's see today, we'll see really what was going on in this case here. Here we go. V'zeh bechinas melchemes Yaakov im sarei shel Esav. Bechinas v'yei ovek ish imay. Famous story in the Torah. Yaakov Avinu was leaving from Lavan after all the years with his family, and they crossed over the Yabak. They crossed over this water, and then he realized he forgot something. And he went back. And when he went back to get what he went to get, he met the Sar Shel Esav, the angel of Esav. He met the angel of Esav, and the angel of Esav was battling with him. And the Chazal teach us that was none other than the angel of Esav. Kizeh yadua, shekol milchamtam hoisa be'inyan hagolus, Sheha'ish Razel is Gabel Harech Hagolis. He was trying to, what was the Malach doing? So you think this was a fight with Yaakov Avinu and the Malach. But what was the Malach's goal? He was trying to lengthen our Golas. He's going to explain. V'retzayna haya lahagbir kol kach ad shechas v'sholem lo yuchlu lotzeis Misham. He wanted to overpower Yaakov in a way that we would have no way to get out of Golas. Because as we're experiencing now, I mean, this is thousands of years later, right? The end of this gullus is locked, it's sealed. We don't know. It's very hidden from. We have no idea when it's going to end. She is Gabru Chas v'Sholom Ad Shechas v'Sholom Efes Tikva. So he said, maybe I will attack Yaakov Avinu in a way that there'll be no hope. That was his goal. It wasn't a battle between the angel and Yaakov. This was a battle of all eternity. Vikris Gabrusam U Golus HaNefesh. And the main way that he comes to overpower, is to have the Golus of the Nefesh, where the soul of the person feels he's lost. Mashem is Gabrim Mechol Pam al Kol Nefesh v'Nefesh Shei Yisrael. Kameishem is Gabrim. As the way he attacks every single Jew, the way he attacks them, all to set depression into the person's mind. That's all he's trying to do. Bring depression. Remove simcha by whatever means he can. Whatever means he can. Remove simcha and let depression set in. And this is the general golus that we're in. And it's really fascinating that we live in a time today that we have more conveniences than ever. Right? We have more conveniences than man has ever had. As far as traveling goes, as far as information goes, achieving information today, it's unbelievable. But yet, with all of these conveniences, we are still very very upset. Something wrong?
Mordechai calling,
Huh?
Mordechai's calling, so I'm assuming he's trying to get in. So I'm just
Tell him to click the link.
Um,
The link that Sasha put in the thing. Click that link.
Okay, I did the caller link because it didn't cut off. All right.
Okay.
No, you have to know. Forget that other. We don't use that anymore. It's that new link Sasha put in. That's what we use now. No.
so he'll join in probably.
Okay. All right. Well, wait a second. Okay, no problem. Well, maybe take another minute. All right, we'll continue. Haklali kiyadua. Ukvar mevayish ikiris gabrus haklipos huayadei ha'atzvos. And we learned that the main way he comes is through the atzvos. He comes to set in atzvos. V'layaya efshel is gabra aleim machma sa'inyan shekasavnu le'el shahar b'har talya. That each and one is independent on the other one. Kol masha misgabrin ba'atzvos misgabrin atayvus hamishgol v'hamom the kas. It's fascinating, really, just to read this. Kol mashem is gabrin ba'atzvos. The more depression sets into a person, misgabrin taivus mishkol u'mammon, the kas. More anger sets into the person. The person becomes more immoral, and the person desires and lusts for more money. Would you ever? It's so counterintuitive. You would think the person wants immorality because he's so happy. No, he's depressed. He's depressed. It's depression that causes that. Not only is that, the person has his drive for money. Now again, we're not talking about the drive for money where a person needs to make a living and pay his bills. We're talking about the people that are just working for the sake of working. They don't need the money. They're just going to work for the sake of work because they need more money in their minds. Not that they need more money physically to live.
Also like to distract themselves, right? Like as in they don't want to take a moment, right? Like there's the people who want to.
Yeah, they're just busy. They're always busy. Oh,
Gotta work.
and they have no, and they have their their alibi. Hey, I'm working. I'm working.
Get some benefit.
Working. I'm working. I have to make a living. No, but it's amazing. You have these people today that literally have billions, $1 trillion, and he has to go to work. Why?
Right.
Why?
That's a type.
But that person, he's the most depressed person because he has more money. Ay, ay, ay. V'chein lehepech kol mashem ha'tayvus misgabrim ha'atzvus misgabrim. The more tayvus that come in, the person becomes more depressed. Because again, think about it. The guy, he's striving to get money, and then the market went down today. His investment went down. He's depressed.
Because he's connected to the type.
It sets in. He wants to be involved in this immorality, but he can't. Maybe physically he can't. Maybe he can't, whatever it is. He's depressed because he can't achieve what he's trying to achieve. So he gets depressed. Kefiyas gabrus some. Ef shelala is velasik betfila v'sikuneo karoyu. And of course the guy can't be involved in tefillah and tikkun. How can he be involved in tefillah and tikkun? Because he's so involved with everything else. His mind is so geared on all. He fills his mind with all of that. So how can he ever think about davening? He said, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. La'alois l'mokim shetrichin la'alois shesham mikara simcha. Because if you daven and you come close to Hashem, that's where you can have happiness. But the problem is the people think that their taiva is going to bring them happiness, but it doesn't. It brings them depression. And the thing that can bring them happiness, which is connecting back to Hashem, which is what their soul wants. Right? We said that's the golus hanefesh. Golus hanefesh is where the soul is in the back. He's in the backlight, in the backdrop. He's not being engaged. It's only the nefesh habahamis that's being engaged, not the nefesh elikuz. And the thing that can help him is tefillah, but he can't think of that. Al kain kimat avadnu v'onyenu. It seems like we're lost, right? But now, Lulei Hashem Ezrasa Lanu Shesheleach Lanu B'chol Dor Tzadikei Emes Shehem Oiskim B'Sikneinu V'Loichmim Avarenu. But Hashem sends us every generation, and this is the kindness of Hashem, that He sends us people in the world, tzaddikim in the world, that can help us and to teach these teachings that can give the person hope. And this is the thing this is the idea of Yaakov battling with the Sar Shel Esav. Shemimenu ikar hascholas kedushas Yisrael. Because now let's remember, from Yaakov Avinu is where Klal Yisrael started. V'uika simchas Yisrael, and that's the purity is where the simcha comes in. B'bechinas Yogel Yaakov Yismach Yisrael. So beautiful. David HaMelech writes in Tehillim, Yogel Yaakov Yismach Yisrael. Ki Yaakov bechinas emes. Yaakov, we know, is the titin emes liYaakov. We say it in the devotion, titin emes liYaakov. Kamei shekosov titin emes liYaakov. Emes who are upon him. And emes is the true light of Hashem. Shu b'chinas chayim. That's life, being connected to Hashem. B'chinas simcha. Lesson 23. Likutey Moran Chelik Aleph. We're based on lesson 24. This was a lesson in 23. Gikra Simcha Shu Achiyas U'al Yedei Nekudas Ha'emes Shebelev Isha Yisraeli. the more emes a person has in his heart, the more simcha he has. How do you like that? Reb Noson's writing Isha Yisraeli. He's not meaning an Israeli citizen. He's meaning a Jew. Every Jew is a Yisraeli. Isn't that nice? He wrote this way before they had the Medina. This was way before. Shenafsha yodas ma'oid. His nefesh knows kedushas emunas Yisrael. Shu kol simchaseinu. A person living with emun, a person living with Hashem has simcha. The person can be. He feels he has the truth. He knows he has the truth. He understands how Hashem is controlling everything in the world, and he knows he's connected to Hashem. That brings the person the most tranquility, brings him the most joy. I will I'll rejoice with Hashem. Because he brought simcha to my heart. El simchas gili. All the things I do, all the simcha comes with connection to Hashem. Each person according to the level he's on. The Jew thinks to himself that even though I know all my shortcomings, I know who I am. But Humizera Yisrael, hey, I'm still born a Jew. You see that? No matter what's going on in the life. Wow, Hashem, you made me a Jew. And you separated me from the foolishness of the world, all the mistakes of the world. So many aspects of separation from all of the nonsense of the world. He can bring joy to himself wherever he is. Doesn't matter where he is. The simcha comes from the holiness of Yaakov Avinu. He started this whole thing. And he implanted this in every single Jew. Everyone has this idea of emes in their soul. Every single Jew has this, and we can tap into it. But here we look at this. But the Baldova, the Satan, the Sitracha, the Yetzar are all the same. Mizgara Beisha Israeli, he always attacks, he's trying to attack the Jew. His Mizgara Beisha Israeli is attacking the Jew. Miyoid, Al-Zeh B'yoyser. He tries to attack us the most when it comes to these ideas. The most thing he's attacking us is attacking our simcha, because that's the emes. Uvetchila Mesisoi Umachtioi Chas v'Sholom Umenei Oisei Me'avodas Hashem Yisbarach Umatride B'tirdas Hamaman V'Parnasa. As he starts off, hey, it's a very noble thing. I have to supply, bread for my family, right? So it's a very thing. I have to go to work, right? It's a noble thing. He disguises himself in this idea of Parnasa. So the guy has to get up in the morning. He has no time to go to shul because he has to get on the train. And the guy has to go on the bus. So the guy has to drive. Whatever it is, it's busy. Work. And then all the melancholism sets in. And the atzvas, the depression sets in. Because he knows, he's thinking to himself, wait a second, I have to go to work, but I learned and I know I'm supposed to go to daven, but I didn't do that. So the person feels depressed but I have to work. So he has this quandary. He's in this quandary. I have to work, but I didn't daven. So then he feels, and he doesn't have an answer. He doesn't know how to get out of it. So therefore he gets depressed. Ubefrat kishemayra be'ezer es oirus lasais ezer davar shebekdusha bekavona v'loshav l'Hashem yizbarach. Especially if the guy says, you know what, I really, he's courageous enough. He's going through this battle constantly. He's going through this battle in his mind. I have to work. I need to daven. I need to learn. I have to work.
Would the solution there be to be just samech, right, on the way to work, as in like to daven, right, instead of going to a shul where he understands that he has to provide money, he has to work.
Yeah.
So the solution would be to put tefillin on the subway maybe, or would it be to davening to actually go to the right?
Wait, no, he's going to give us the answer. Just 1 second. Just hold on. No. We're trying to understand how the Yetzer Hara attacks the person.
Right.
So he's attacking the person in a very noble way. You have to earn a living. Right. So no one's going to argue with that, right? Right? You have to earn a living. It's a very important thing, right? Okay. So now what does that mean? So the person can come up with the idea, okay, I have to earn a living, but it also says I have to be koveya itim b'Torah. I have to set aside time to daven in the morning. So I'll do what I have to do, my ability, I'll accomplish what I need to accomplish, and then I'll go to work. Mm-hmm. But the Yetzer Hara doesn't let him think straight. He's just filling his mind. I need to work. Right? And he got a letter in the mail, the rent went up, and then the guy, is changing his money, and then the dollar lost value, and I'm working, I need to work more now. I have all these problems. These are all because of the Yetzer Hara. These are all this idea. All of these things come from this just to distract us from what we're supposed to do. It's amazing. The currencies change. The guy gets a raise in his rent. The guy's whatever. The mortgage goes, whatever. The taxes go up. Who knows? Anything. All of these things are just different. I don't know the right word to use, different ideas from the Sitra Achra in order to bebalble the person. And then he gets him. Is that a guy says, I want to really serve Hashem. I really want to do this. I had enough. I got to go to Minyan. So then the Yetzer Hara is going to really attack him.
Well, entrapments.
Entrapments. Oh, there we go. It's entrapped him.
That's a great word.
Entrapments. Well, good. Thank you, Shalom. See that? He entraps him, right? Entrapments. Very good. Thank you. So now he's trying to. He gets the car. He's going to do something. So the Yetzer Hara says, "No, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go. I'm going to give you one big punch now." Shezeh mazik mi'oid. That causes a lot, because then the guy he's thinking to himself, I wasn't doing the right thing. Now I want to do the right thing, and Hashem wants me to do the right thing. So I'm going to go to shul. And then he gets a call on the way to shul. This and this went wrong, or that way. Another entrapment. He got entrapped. He got trapped again. And he's thinking to himself, wait a second. But Hashem, if you want me to daven, so why did this happen? But he doesn't understand that he's controlled by the Sitra Achra. The Sitra Achra is controlling him. And the Sitra Achra is not going to let him go so easy. He's going to have his maniyah, he's going to have his obstacle to see if he's really ready to go. Kamuma b'svarim habe mizeh b'frat b'divrei Rabbeinu Adonenu Mareinu Rabbeinu Zuchron L'Bracha. Many svarim speak about this, especially Rabbi Nachman speaks about this. Kamay mevoy b'Likutey Ran Tinyona Mem Ches, lesson 48. Shetekev kishodem reitzel is korev laHashem yisbarach. As soon as a person says, I want to come close to you, Hashem, we have to listen to these words. You have to know that it's a great aveira to be ba'atzvus. You want to serve Hashem? Know this. Atzvus is the greatest aveira. What's the greatest mitzvah that's not a mitzvah? And what's the greatest aveira that's not a aveira? The greatest mitzvah that's not a mitzvah is the mitzvah of simcha. There's no mitzvah of the 613 mitzvahs to be besimcha. It's a prerequisite to be able to be besimcha, to do mitzvahs. It's a prerequisite. If you're not besimcha, how can you do mitzvahs? You're not going to be motivated. The person's depressed, it'll bring him down to the lowest things. It'll bring him down to immorality, taivas amam, anger, and everything else. So the first thing you need to know, if you want to come close to Hashem, is atzvus is a big aveira. Being depressed is something terrible. V'chein diber imanu harbe bezeh kamavaya mizeh b'sfarim hakadoshim moving b'torah zayisem seusa she'ike golus Yisrael v'golus hashchina hu atzvus. The main golus of the Shechina and Klal Yisrael, which the Shechina is Klal Yisrael. Nefesh Klal Yisrael, the embodiment of Nefesh Klal Yisrael makes up the Shechina. The golus is atzvus, is depression. And that's why the news and everybody and everything you turn on is just to set in depression. There's no hope. It's over. Depression. V'zeh kol milchamtoi shel Yaakov im ha'ish shenevak imoi sherotza lahagbir hagolus ularichoi me'ay. What was he trying to do? He was trying to lengthen the golus even more. That's what this Sar Sheleimah was doing. The Sar Sheleimah was trying to lengthen our golus. V'ikra golus hu atzvus is to bring on atzvus, depression. Vayar, but this Amalek saw. Look at this. Listen to this. This is amazing. This explanation is awesome. Vayar ki loy yochol loy. He saw that Yaakov was truly a worthy opponent of his. Yaakov was so holy. Yaakov was so pure. He was truly a worthy opponent of this Sar Sheleimah, and he said, I can't overcome this guy. I can't. He has no way to overpower Yaakov. He can't. Could you imagine Yaakov Avinu is fighting with an angel? I mean, we're saying this. Do we understand? You understand the level of Yaakov Avinu? He's fighting with the Sar Sheleimah. He's not fighting with another man. So you would think, let's say like we know like gladiators. They were very powerful people, right? And he would fight with a gladiator. That was amazing, right? If you could overcome a gladiator, that would be amazing, right? Right? But this is an angel. And the angel could overpower him. This is an angel against a man. Let's understand this. And the angel cannot overpower Yaakov Avinu. That's how pure he was. That's how connected he was to Hashem. So even an angel can't attack a person. Alachas kama v'kama, any person can't attack a person if they're connected to Hashem. Ki haya kodesh v'toya me'oid b'kedushas habris. Yaakov Avinu was so pure. He was so pure, morally pure. He had no blemish at all. Yaakov Avinu was truly pure. Shemisham kola atzvus ki yadua. That's where atzvus sets in. Atzvus sets in when the person has no purity. Right? We said when the person wants is an immoral person. He wants more immorality. He can't accomplish his more. So he gets depressed. He wants more money. He can't get his money. He gets depressed, and then he gets angry about it. Right? That's how those three work together. Baal came be'emes zocha shu etzem hasimcha etzem ha'emes. And that's why we said Tikkun emes leYaakov. Yaakov Avinu got the emes. Why? Because the emes is connected to the or of Hashem. Aval. Ma'avaneseinu arabim. But because of our multiple sins, his kaber, he was able to overpower Vayiga bekaf yireicha. And he was able to jab the thigh of Yaakov Avinu. Be'isa. Shenaga bebonav uvedoyres ha'achroinim she'em bechinas raglin. Bechinas ikvus meshicha shebahem naga. Look at these words. So the sar shel Esav saw, I can't win with Yaakov Avinu. So what I'll do is, I'll attack his offspring. It's interesting. Why does he hit him in the thigh, in the groin area, why? Because he's figured then I can get the end of time, where my end is at the end of time. The Sar Shel Esav understood that when Mashiach comes, Hashem is going to be Zayveach, the Sitra Achra. Hashem is going to slaughter the Gemara tells us that. So he said, I can't accomplish anything with Yaakov. He's too pure. Oh, but the end of time, his children, our generation. This story happened thousands of years ago, but he was attacking our generation. Can you believe that? How many people read the story in the parsha realizing that he was talking about our generation? I don't think anyone knows that. No one knows that. They know, oh, I can't have a sirloin steak. I can't have this. I can't have that. To get anasha. Oh, I understand that. And that's all the people understand about it. Oh, he hit what does that mean to me? Yeah, the Torah now is becoming personal. This story now is becoming personal to us. The Sar Shel Esav is fighting with Yaakov Avinu. He can't. He attacks him in the thought. Why? Kikir is kabrusa mu bechinas raglin. Shemisham achizas haklipos sheim ha'atzvos bechinas sitra demaisa bechinas raglei yoredes. The feet go down. Because we said again, let's review until we understand this. Again, when a person does a mitzvah b'simcha, right? We're seeing that's not so easy to do because the Sitra Achra is going to attack the guy, right? Want to do b'simcha? It's not going to go that easy. You're going to get attacked. He's not going to let you do it so easily. You're going to get that obstacle. But let's say you can do it. You know that you learned from lesson 48 that the greatest, when I'm going to do a mitzvah b'simcha, I have to know that atzvus is a great avera. I can't do that. I can't be ba'atzvus. I can't be ba'atzuf. I can't be depressed. So I got it, and I prepare myself, and I actually start to do the mitzvah with joy. So he said, what happens is you take the Shekhinah, and you wake up the Shekhinah, because the Shekhinah is the souls of all the Jewish people. You wake up the Shekhinah. And then the Shekhinah starts to gravitate upward. And then the Shekhinah attaches itself to the lowest midah, to the lowest of the spheres, which is Malchus, right? Malchus is the lowest, but it's also accomplishing all of them, because Malchus it encompasses all the midos. And then the person keeps doing the mitzvah b'simcha, and then the Malchus has enough power, and it attaches itself to Netzach Hod Yisod. Right? Lesson 24. And we said Netzach and Hod is the right and the left leg. Right? So the Sitra Achra is trying to attack the legs. He doesn't want it to go up any higher. He doesn't want it, he wants the legs to go, look what it says here. Raglei, I read this. He wants the legs to go downward, not upward. Not to run upward, run down. That's what he's trying to do. So while the person's doing the mitzvah b'simcha, he's trying to attack him. Now he is ready up to Netzach and hide. He wants to pull the feet down. So you have to keep doing more simcha. And remember lesson 48, being atzuv is a big avera. Keep doing it with joy. And how's he going to break you out about? So how's he going to do that? He'll tell you. Remember the avera you did this day, and you start putting in your mind all these other things that you did. And who do you think you are that you could be doing a mitzvah b'simcha? Who do you think you are? I remember you did this. Remember? You remember? Well, we were there. I remember that, right? But you have to remember that we learned that you can't accept that information from him. You tell him at that time the court's closed. Remember, we learned that. But nothing gave us. When the court's open, we can bring that up. Not now. Now I'm doing my mitzvah. Court's closed. Sorry. No, we learned all the ideas of what you can do in order to prevent what the Yetzer Hara is going to do to you, right? Because you have to know you have to be trained, right? We got the training. So you want to do the mitzvah b'simcha, and now he's attacking you. He brings in your mind all this stuff. And then you think to yourself, but no, I have to be b'simcha. I can't. And it doesn't matter. Well, you're right. Okay, I did that thing. You're right. We'll discuss that another time. Right now, in the middle of my mitzvah. Don't bring that in now. All he tries to do, the Yetzer is trying to play with the mind. That's all he does. He's playing with the mind. And we're learning all the ideas of how to overpower him on all of his entrapments that he's trying to entrap the mind. So he keeps doing the mitzvah b'simcha. And then it rises up to Chesed Gevura Tiferes. And Chesed Gevura is the right arm and the left arm. And we said all the bracha comes through the arms, through the hands. All the brachas are through the hands. And since the brachas are through the hands, now the person is rising up, and he got past the feet. He's now past Netzach Yisai. He's now he's in Chesed Gevura Tiferes. So now he keeps doing his mitzvah b'simcha, and the Yetzer Hara is attacking him still. It's not letting him keep going, but he keeps, and he says, no, I'm not going to, we'll discuss all these things another time. Court's closed now. And he's able to rise up all the way to Chochma Bina Das. That's amazing. He comes to Mamish, he comes to great, great heights. And now together, the Shechina with Malchus, Netzach Hoid Yisoid, and Chesed Gevura Tiferes, Chochma Bina Das, all together. They're traveling at amazing speeds. And then they come up to the Keter, all the way up there. And the Keter is like a brick wall. Boom. Hamtana, stop. Batisha, crash. It crashes in. And it pushes him back. And we said that's how you create the 9 chambers. The 9 chambers, and those chambers, since they're so high, they're in the place of the Ar-Ein Seif. They're in the place of Hashem's infinite light. In this world, we have light that's controlled by the sun. We're going to learn about the sun. We're going to learn it, Mitzvah Hashem. It's controlled by Hashem. It's controlled by the sun. But this light is infinite light. It's not constricted light. You understand? Everything we have here is constricted, but that light is fully potent. It's got 1,000,000, let's say we're talking about watts. You have a light bulb that's 100 watts, 200 watts, right? This is a zillion watts. It's just pure light. And these nine chambers are filled with this light that come back and imbue the person. Amazing. You feel something you never felt before. You feel a high. You feel something amazing. I don't know what this is. I thought when I have my, I shoot up this thing, or I smoke that, or I do this. That's great. This is better. Mm-hmm. This is real. This is real. It's not dependent on anything. It's dependent on my joy. It's not dependent. I need to go get anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do wherever I am. Wherever I am, I can achieve the greatest heights of ecstasy, of light, true enjoyment, true pleasure from doing a mitzvah b'simcha. But then I'll say to myself, what is it? And I'll say, I don't know. Mati v'loy mati. I got it, but I can't explain it. So the other guy's saying, what are you feeling? I can't explain it. It's just amazing. I can't explain it. How'd you do that? Well, I did a mitzvah with joy. And most people look at you, you're crazy. Well, when you didn't have to buy something, you didn't need another thing, you achieved such a great level of joy, such a great level of clarity in your mind, right? Remember something. All things that a person engages in this world will bring him more bilbul in his mind, right? Like if a person drinks too much, so then his mind gets all confused, gets cloudy, right? If a person has drugs, he takes any kind of drugs, marijuana, whatever it is, so of course the person's mind will get cloudy. He can't think straight. But he doesn't have to think because he's just like, whoa, he's in an elated state, right? But until that wears off, once that wears off, he crashes. Atzva sets in. I need more. Right? Is that how it works? I've spoken to a lot of people. I need more. I need another fix. I need another fix. But when a person does the mitzvah with joy, when the person does that mitzvah with joy, the joy is so special for him. It brings him up to such a high place. And it's real. You see that? It's real. It's real. Vayidei zeh vateke kaf yerech Yaakov. Shemizeh nimshach. Here comes the issa, the thing that we're not allowed. Al kein loy yoichlu b'nei Yisrael es gid hanosha. Therefore, we don't need to gid hanosha, right? We know that, right? We don't need that part of the what they call it the sirloin. They call it what's it called? Shalom in English.
It's a sciatic nerve.
Yeah, but what part of the meat is that?
That's the,
Sirloin, I think. No.
I think we can have the sirloin. I think it's something.
it's,
Can't think of it. Okay, well, the gid hanosha. We know. Okay. Visa. Shezeh bechinas tisha b'av. Shabai nechra beis hamikdash. How do you like that? We're in the 3 weeks, and the Rebbe brings in Tisha B'av. That's the idea. The gid hanosha is Tisha B'av. What? Okay. Sheba yedei gabras habechia va'atzvos bechina. And then where did that come from? Where did Tisha B'av come from? Because we had an atzvos bechina. Remember, we sent out the spies. And the spies came back with their ill report of the Beis HaMikdash. Bibechinas vayivchu ha'am balayla hahu. And that night, when the spies came back and they were telling over their report, the people started to cry. Well, the cities are very fortified. The people are giants, and it's a land that's consuming its inhabitants. People are dying over there, and look at these fruits that we brought back. Look how big they are, right? It needed a man. It needed 7 men to carry a cluster of grapes. Could you imagine that? But they cried on that night, and look what Hashem says. Atem bechitem bechia shel chinam. Hashem says, you cried for nothing. You cried for naught. What are you crying about? I told you, Hashem says, that I'm going to take you into Eretz Yisrael. I already proved to you who I am. I already proved to you what I can do. Egypt was the greatest power in the world. There was the world power. Egypt is the world power. For example, Egypt today would be like America. Hashem is taking them down now too. Right? It's also he's making a joke out of them also. But could you imagine you defeat the world power? Hashem defeated the world power. Hashem took these people and took them in the desert, and he split the sea for them. They all got the Torah. They were able to see Hashem, whatever that meant. Hashem gave them man. Hashem gave them the water in the desert. The Anani HaKavod. He gave them the Eish at night that protected them and warmed them, gave them light. And these guys come back and say, oh, Israel, they got these kings in Israel, these guys there, and then we can't do that. No, that we can't do. What do you mean we can't do that? What does that mean we can't do that? What does that mean? Egypt was much more powerful than Canaan. The kings in Canaan. Egypt was way more powerful than them. So what? We're able to get rid of the Egyptians, but we can't get rid of these guys? So the spies came back and they were, they gave their report. And we learned many different reasons why they gave that report, but that's not important for right now. Right now what's important is that they had a bechina. They cried for naught. Ani ekba lochem bechia l'dayros. I will establish for the Jews a bechia l'dayros. It'll be for all generations. Kiata tzrichin livkois Tisha B'Av, because we have to cry on Tisha B'Av. Oh, that's real. There. He's my grandson. Wow. Because we have to, when it comes to Tisha B'Av, welcome. We have to cry. We cry on Tisha B'Av. Uvachatzois halayla, and also we get up at night to say Tikkun Leil Chatzois al Churban Beis Hamikdash. Right? You okay?
Yeah.
Kidei lahamtik hadin b'sharshai, because we want to fix the din. We want to nip the judgment in the bud. Right? You want to fix it at its source. You want to fix the judgment at its source. L'takei nabachia va'atzvos. We cried for nothing. So now we're crying. So now we're crying for the sake. Now we're going to cry for the sake of crying because we lost the Beis Hamikdash. Ubishvil elu hanefashei sheim yotzei yireichai shel Yaakov locham ima Yaakov harbay. And Yaakov Avinu was fighting for us. Yaakov Avinu's battle that he was battling with the Sar Shel Esav, that he was battling with the angel of Esav, that battle on that night, he wasn't battling for the sake for himself. He was battling to protect us in our generation today, thousands of years ahead of time. The Malach said to him, wait a second, he fought all night. The Malach said to him, hey, send me away. Let me go. Yaakov is holding on to him. The Malach says to him, let me go. What does Yaakov say? I will not send you off. The Malach wants to go. He's controlling an angel. You understand this? The angel attacked him. He accomplished overpowering the angel. Now the angel says to him, let me go. Kiyim berchatani. Unless you give me a blessing. Yaakov Avinu is coercing the angel now to have to give him a blessing. You want to leave? Yeah, I'll let you leave. But you have to give me a blessing. Only if you give me a blessing, I'll let you go. Hainu sha'ish sava me'acha shenaga b'kaf yerech Yaakov. He figured like this. After I was able to attack the thigh of Yaakov. I caused him this problem for the future generations. Bechinas Raglin, like we said, that's the feet, the generation, in the Kaima of Adam, in the image of man. So we had all the generations, right? The higher generations like the head, and then the neck and the torso. But now we're in the lowest, it's the ikvus of the Mashiach. We're ikvus. The akev is the heel, right? We're at the heel. We're in the lowest level. We're low. He was attacking the ikvus of the Mashiach, our generation now. Raglit, the feet. Lahag b'sham ha'atzvus chas v'shalom, to bring atzvus, depression into us. That's all he's trying to do. The Sitra Achra wants to make us to be depressed. Yanicha Yaakov lotzeitz mimenu ulepatroi, aval Yaakov ba'oitzim koyach amar lo yashalchech ki im berachtani. Yaakov was so powerful, even though he got injured by the Malach. He says, I'm not letting you go. As we learned in lesson 24. Lesson 24 in the second book. Right, when there's a party going on and there's a dance going on. Remember we learned this, right? There's a dance going on and there's one guy in the corner that doesn't want to join the dance. Everyone's dancing and one guy doesn't want to dance. So the guys say, you know what, we're going to go get this guy. And they go and grab the guy and he's kicking and screaming. He doesn't want to go into the dance, right? He's kicking and screaming. They make him dance. Too many, a bunch of guys grab this guy. They make him dance. Then he starts to dance a little bit. Okay, he has no choice. He's being forced, right? He's throwing his tantrum, right? But he's dancing anyways. The next thing you know, he just starts to dance. He starts to be he becomes part of the dance. He becomes part of the dance. Not only that, he takes over the dance. He becomes so involved in it. And we learned over there that you have depression and you have simcha. Simcha is joy. Atzvus is depression. Atzvus and simcha don't get along. They're opposites. They don't get along. But when you overpower the atzvus, you can actually cause the atzvus to join into the simcha. If you overpower it, right? Umuvalel mizeh shayoga v'anacha roitzim livroyach bilanus. The yoga and anacha wants to run away and escape. Kishim iskavrim b'simcha. When the simcha happens, I can't get involved in any joy. You have to snatch it, grab it. Chatof. What does chatof mean? Zach, what does it mean? Grab, snatch it, right? And bring it against its will into the simcha, like we discussed the dance. Esav. Shemisham Kola Goliath, the Sar Shel Esav, the angel of Esav, that's where all the Golas comes from. Kimimenu Kola Atzvus Vayogoim Vanacha, all the depression, all of the sorrow, all of the troubles come from the Sar Shel Esav. Rotze Leilech mi Yaakov ki shola hashachar. He wanted to run away from Yaakov Avinu when the morning came. Because he saw in the morning, all the Jews go and grab their talis, their tefillin, and they go to daven. We say Psuke de Zimra. Wow, the portion of davening. The Shirais, we say praises and blessings for Hashem. Harbe b'simcha. שבזה מעלן בכוח הצדיקים as an etzaitzes הקדוש בכל התמורס עד שאוילם בכל העלiyos, until we can lift up all of the sparks from the Heichal HaTamura, the place of exchange in this world. And when we're in this world tries to bring us down. The world tries to make us so involved in this stupidity of this world. The world is trying to bring us into all of their nonsense. But we say no. We daven. We go and we're joyful about our davening. We daven with a simcha, with a nigun, with a song. And that lifts up all of the netzitzes, the sparks of holiness that were stuck in between all of the husks of impurity. And therefore he said to Yaakov Avinu, send me off because the morning came. It's a time that I have to say Shira. Every angel has a time that they say their specific Shira to Hashem. Every angel. And the Sar Shel Esav, that was his morning. So let me go. I don't want to be late. I have to give my Shir to Hashem. I have to sing my song to Hashem. I don't want to be late. Yaakov says, no, I don't care you'll be late. You pick the fight with me. I'm holding you on now. I'm not letting you go. Because the malachim up on high, they say so, they give songs to Hashem with a lot of joy. That's their whole existence. That's their whole life force and their existence. You forgot? Zechreinu levracha. Shenikra midor hamalachim. That's called the Dar Malachim Shechakim. We said the Malachim are the Shechakim. What's Shechakim? The heavens are called Shechakim. Why is it called Shechakim? Because it says that over there they are Meshach, they are grinding the mud. Remember we learned that? It's grinding. Shechakim. Al Shem Sichoik V'Simcha. Aval Kol Kitrugim Shel Kama Malachim Hu Ala Adam Ba'olam Hazeh V'Oimrim Ma'enosh Tizkerenu. What is a man can accomplish? Ki ein royu loyloi mashira b'simcha machma shemeshuka b'zeh oilam molei taivas bohem shehem atzvas. How could man say praise to Hashem with great joy? In this world, we're stuck in all of the depression of the world. How is that possible? Ve'im is gorim, and they try to attack us constantly with their entrapments. But they don't know that it's the exact opposite. Punkt verkehrt. That's the great joy that Hashem has. When there's a simcha that comes up from this world, in this world, when we can do some mitzvah with joy, we can be happy with doing our mitzvah, happy putting on our tzitzis, happy saying a bracha, happy doing a nice thing for somebody else. Because this world is so full of all the nonsense and all of the depression and all of the nonsense of this world. But when I can still do the mitzvah with joy, that will certainly change the yoga and hanacha into simcha. And this is what we're learning. See the malachim up on high, they know the great value of simcha. But they say, hey, what do you people in the world have to do with simcha? You have all the problems in the world, right? You have all the the governments and all of the things and all the terrorists and all of the everything in the world. You're so involved in depression. But what they don't understand is because we have all of that, we could still do a mitzvah b'simcha. Hashem appreciates that more than all of the shira that all of the malachim sing to him. When any Jew in this world does a mitzvah with simcha, that causes Hashem greater joy. He enjoys that more than any malach that does any great thing for him. Because we're in this world. We're stuck here. And Hashem put us here. But we learned that Hashem is Mekoymai Shalayla. So everywhere you are in the world, you're always with Hashem. You can't go anywhere in the world without Hashem. Why? Because He is the world. Everything in the world you see is Hashem. So you're always with Hashem. You have your neshama. and you connect your neshama to the place that you're at, which is Hashem. That's the Wi-Fi. You connect and make that connection. Everything works good, remember? That's what we're learning here. Okay, we're gonna stop over here now, and then we'll finish this up tomorrow, because we have to do a lesson in Likut in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Okay, so we'll pick it up. Al Kate Ama Yaakov Lo Yashalchech. Okay, and we'll finish that off tomorrow. Okay, now let's open up the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, because we have a new topic in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch now. Okay, we got it. What?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we finished learning Erev Shabbos. Baruch Hashem, the laws of Netilas Yadayim L'Suda, right? We finished learning the laws of Netilas Yadayim L'Suda, of what qualifies to wash your hands when you can eat a sandwich and you can eat bread. You have to have a cup, and you have to fill up the cup, and then you have to wash your right hand twice, and then your left hand twice. Then you pick your hands up and you say, Su'u Yadechem Kodesh Uvochu Es Hashem. And then you make the Al Netilas Yadayim, right? Now, what's the next thing you do? Hilchas B'tzias HaPas, U'Birchas HaMaitzi. Right, so now you wash your hands. Now you have to break the bread. B'tzias HaPas means breaking bread. And breaking the Hamaitzi. So we spent a lot of time learning in Likutey Halachos the laws of breaking the bread, right? And the bracha of Hamaitzi. Now let's see it in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and you'll see how beautiful all the things that we learned in Likutey Halachos really fits into halacha. You'll see how wonderful it really is. So let's get started. Aleph. So we're in Mem Aleph, which is Siman Mem Aleph, which is 41. And we're learning Hilchas Petzias Hapasa Birchas Hamaitzi. And we're learning Aleph today. Aleph is 1. Alechem Gomer Shu Mechameshes Minei Dogan. If you have bread by itself, but bread, actual bread, that's made from the 5 different kinds of grains, right? Any bread that's made from the 5 grains, Mevarchen Lefanav Hamaitzi. So what you do is you make the bracha Hamaitzi, and afterwards you bench. We all know that, right? Why, right? You know that, right? You wash your hands, you say Al Netilas Yadayim, you make the Hamotzi Lechem in Aretz, and after you finish eating your sandwich, you bench. Good, right? V'din pas haba b'kismin, yivay b'sivim mem ches. But the laws of pas b'kismin, that's what it means, like when you have bread that's filled with something. You have something that's filled with something, like a Danish, like a bareka, right? Or things that are filled, right? That you would not wash on. Like if you want to eat one bareka, right? If you have a potato bareka, a spinach bareka, whatever, so you would make a mazonos on that, right? You make a mazonos and you eat your bareka. When you finish, you make an alamichya, right? But we're going to learn if you eat enough barekas or enough pizzas, right? Pizza, right? Pizza is another one, right? Pizza you make on one slice, you make a mazonos, you eat your pizza. If you can have 2 slices or more, then you have to wash. And then you actually make a hamaitzi lechem min haaretz on the pizza. If you know that you're going to be eating more. If your intention is only to eat 1 slice, so there's no problem. Make a mazonos and alamichya. But if you know sitting down, hey, I'm going to eat 2 or 3 slices, then don't make the mazonos. Go wash. Say hamaitzi lechem min haaretz on the pizza. Eat your 3 slices, finish and bench. That's the right way to do it. Because we learned, if you ate 1 slice, and then you made the mazonos, and then you want another slice. So now you become a question. It's a question now, because then I'm going to eat more than the kazayas of bread, right? A kabeya, right? And if that's the case, then I'm required to wash. But I already made the mazonos. Remember we learned that? We learned these ideas, right? So it becomes the quandary. What do? Do you make the hamaitzi? The real answer is, if you did that, you would just eat your 2nd slice, but you would have to bench at the end. because you ate more than the share, you'd still have to bench. But the right way to do it is if you go wash your hands the right way on the onset. When you're going to start, you wash your hands, and if you do that, so then you're accomplishing what you have to accomplish. Okay, do it the right way. So here we go. We learned the simple halacha today. Anytime you eat bread, a slice of bread, right, that's made from the 5 different grains, right? So then you make the hamotzi. Well, we got that right, and then you bench afterwards, and then other types of things like we said, pas v'kisva, which we're going to learn more in Memches, Siman Memches. Now we're in 41. That's in Siman Memches, which is 48. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. Everyone, thank you for joining. Mordechai, you be well over there, and kol tuv everybody.